emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics. Hello and welcome to the Final Order Report, your last chance to get in on upcoming comics before they head to print and the numbers are locked in. I am Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer at Green Brain Comics, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on what hits our shelves starting on Wednesday, October 22nd, and what you need to pre-order by Monday, this Monday at noon, that's September 29th. Green Brain Comics and the Final Order Report are powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com or download the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account or access your existing account to order and pay securely online, ensuring you never miss an issue. I'll be using Comichub to showcase items from this week's Last Call for Confirmed Orders Carousel. I'll take you there right now with this. Once you sign into Comichub, you'll see the orange banner. If you have an account already and things on order, anything that shows up here is in store and waiting for you to pay for and pick up or even ship. Behind the green banner is all the carousels we will be looking at today. Let's go in there. Once you get in there, you see the menu here. The search all menus or search all items, that is a general search for any items that are in current catalogs. Search items with preview pages, that's PDF previews. Search arriving soon, that's everything that's on our invoice for this Wednesday coming up, October 1st. You can reserve from that list right now. Below that is search orders due Sunday. That's our Last Call Carousel. That's what we will be using today. Just one more search events that'll show you everything that's in the crossovers menu for big events and etc. over at Marvel, DC, and other. Oh, I'm right here. All right, before we go any further, let me just thank our friends at Klezmageddon for our theme music and incidental music played throughout the show today. First thing that we'll be looking at in the Final Order Report this week is Small Press Comics. So let's take you right there. It's at November 26th. Turn that off. All right, first thing on the list this week from the small pubs is from Ahoy. We've got a new issue of the Toxic Avenger comics. That's number 4 from writer Matt Bors and Fred Harper doing the interiors and this very gross looking cover. And it's a heartsick romance issue. And then we got Toxic Avenger teaming up with the Justice Warriors, also another title from Ahoy Comics. This is written by Tom Payer with art by Jamal Eigel, who also did this cover. And that will be available on October 29th. If you're interested in that or any of the other items that we're showing today, please put your orders in through Comichub. Over at Black Mask, we get a second printing of Cal Exit, The Battle of Universal City. It was released, it was mentioned recently at a convention that Cal Exit is getting some development for new media. This series is written by Matteo Pizzolo with art by Carlos Granda. And from Floating World Comics, a new issue of Santos Sisters, the 2025 Eisner Award winner for Best Continuing Series by writer-artist Greg and Fake. Devil's Due, which is now sub-distributed through Sumerian Comics, has a new issue by Josh Blaylock and Brian Rogers. As is this Antarctic Press sketchbook number 5 from Fred Perry. This new publisher, I'm not sure exactly the name of it. I think it is SHP. Yes. This is SHP Presents Aerotech number 1. This is the first of 5 issues from writer Darren S. Cape and artist Jeffrey Kratchik. Over at Titan Publishing, we got this very cool new reprint series. The classic Savage Sword of Conan returns, now in full color. Reforged, revitalized the legendary black and white magazine with vivid, all-new color illustrations, bringing new depth and intensity to Conan's celebrated adventures, including comics by Barry Windsor Smith and John Buscema. We got a new cover by Roberto De La Torre and a classic Boris Vallejo cover in the first of this 4-issue reprint of Savage Sword of Conan Reforged. That'll be available on October 22nd with a cover price of $9.99 for 64 pages. Cryptology returns with number 7 with this very cool Bernie Wrightson cover. It says it is. And back issue number 164 with I think this is a Brian Bolland cover. Yes, it is. Udon Entertainment has a new one-shot starring Guile from the Street Fighters. This is Street Fighter Masters by M. Zachary Sherman, writing, and interior art by Joe Ing, with this cover by Genzelman and a Joe Ing cover for this one-shot, available on November 5th. 32 pages for $4.99. The Sickness returns with issue number 8 from artist-writer Jenny Cha with Lonnie Nadler. And Money Shot Big Bang number 5 from Vault Comics. This is number 5 of 5 from Tim Seeley, Patton Oswalt, and Garth Graham. And a new one-shot for Barbaric, the Black Knight, an over-length one-shot featuring Flail, the talking flail. 40 pages for $6.99. Kind of pricey. If you're interested in this, do get your orders in by this Monday. Big Rig returns the double-length Post Malone comic, gets a 3rd printing, also 48 pages, also $6.99. Please special order. As well as this 2nd printing of number 2. Over at Boom Studios, slightly bigger publisher, we get a new issue of Minor Arcana from Jeff Lemire, who does the whole thing, 100% Jeff. Dark Horse Comics returns to Orphan and the 5 Beasts with a number 2 of the latest miniseries, Bath of Blood. James Stokoe, fine artist. And over at Dynamite, we get a whole bunch of new stuff, including Silverhawks number 9 with this Alessandro Rinaldi cover. I think there's a few other covers that haven't quite made it up to Comic Hub yet. Though that will be out on October 22nd. As will the Space Ghost number 4, the 2nd volume of this ongoing series from Dynamite. And we get a second volume of the Terminator series by Declan Shelvey and Rory McConville, with interior art by Lorenzo Ree. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer in this post-apocalyptic future that follows Judgment Day. The shattered remnants of humanity may make use of every tool they can in this existential battle against the machines. And that includes the deadliest machines that Skynet sends to annihilate them. All kind of cool covers, including the A cover from Declan Shelvey. Got a Bob Layton cover. Sebastian Perez. And Ivan Tau cover on the regs. And then we got a foil variant from Bob Layton for $9.99. Terminator Metal number 2, available October 22nd. And then from Keen Spot Execution Posse Holdings, we get a new Night of the Cadillac spin-off called Origins Blood World City number 1. This is the comic book that launched the X-Posse universe. In the spirit of Lost Boys and Warriors, Night of the Cadillacs is a high-octane genre-blending mix of horror, hard action, forbidden love, and street culture. Night of the Cadillacs Origins is written by Jake Hearns and Jeff Marsick, with interior art by Kirk Manley, and this A cover from Rod Immortal. A B from Rob Pryor, and a C cover from Les Shetko, available on November 12th. I should have done that. November 12th. All right, over at IDW, we get a new issue of Godzilla from the Kaisei era. This is number 4, and a B cover from my favorite Godzilla artist. Well, aside from Art Adams, I gotta rank these guys now. James Stocco turns in this beautiful cover. This series is written by Nicola Sameja. Written by Tim Seeley, with interior art by Nicola Sameja. Available on November 5th. Ooh, we can zoom in on those fine details. He's stepping on everything. Hooray for Godzilla. Also from IDW, we get a new one-shot Monster High Shock and Awe. 32 pages for $3.99, November 5th. And Sonic the Hedgehog returns with number 82, with this cover by Miles Ark. Star Trek Red Shirts, number 4, Christopher Cantwell, Megan Levins, Chris Sheehan cover. And Valiant, which is now distributed through IDW. We got Valiant Beyond Bloodshot number 3, the epic conclusion to their first story arc, from Moro Mantella and interior artist Fernando Hines Furukawa, and this cover by Andrea Briccardo. And newish publisher Ignition Press launches a brand new series featuring Eisner-nominated writer Tim Seeley and knockout artist Stefano Simeone. It's No Place. They invite you to explore the chilling side of childhood imagination in this new dark fantasy adventure. Got an A cover from Stefano Simeone, who does interiors, and this B cover from Tim Seeley himself. Lots of eyeballs. No Place, number 1, available on November 5th. From Mad Cave Studios, we get a new issue of Flash Gordon Quarterly. This is number 5, the extra special, extra spooky anthology. Ooh, all kinds of great creators, including a beautiful cover by Robert Hack. Plenty of eyeballs on that one, too. Mad Cave also returns with a number 2 of It Killed Everyone But Me. Cool cover from Joshua Hickson. And the debut of a new 8-part, 8-issue quarterly series, kind of like Flash Gordon Quarterly. This is Speed Racer, Tales from the Road. Tales from the Road is an all-new quarterly that I already told you about there, featuring one-shot stories that expand the universe of Speed Racer to Destiny's One Road, written by David Pepose, Mark London, and featuring interior art and this cover by Sebastian Perez. Got a B cover from Stefano Simeone, a C from Shane Connery Volk, and this debuts on October 22nd. Also debuting from Mad Cave is Warwolf number 1. This new series is written by Steve Orlando with art by Marco Perugini, and features a cover by David Talaski. After he fends off an alien invasion, Thomas Bruin goes from a nobody security guard to Earth's greatest hero. Available on October 22nd. Also with a B cover from Muhammad Sama. 32 pages, $4.99. Cemetery Kids Run Rabid returns with issue 3 of this 4-issue miniseries from Zach Thompson, Daniel Irizarry. And a special one-shot of Cult of the Lamb, the breakout hit based on the very popular record-setting video game. Cult of the Lamb is back in an all-new 48-page special from writer Alex Packnadell and artist Troy Little. This is a one-shot, 32 pages, $9.99. Oh, this is a foil cover. I think there's gonna be more covers available soon, hopefully at a more reasonable cover price. Keep an eye on Comichub for that. And also from Oni Press is the debut of a new EC Comics series, Outlaw Showdown. Vengeance rides again as the sun settles high above the bone-dry stretch of mesa. Wipe the blood from your boot heels and place your wagers as Oni Press and EC Comics raise their pistols to pump 6 cylinders of hot lead and cold hearts into Outlaw Showdown. This giant-sized 56-page special celebrating revenge and retribution on the lawless frontiers of the Old West features stories from John Arcudi, Brian Azzarello, David Lapham, and Tony Moore. Ooh, a story by Ann Nocenti as well. We got all kinds of swell covers. I think this is Lee Bermejo. A Tony Moore cover. Jose Ladron. And this beautiful looking book debuts on October 22nd from Oni Press and EC Comics. And that does it for the small press this week. Let's slip on over into something a little bit bigger with Image Comics. And our first new issue from Image on FOC this week is Creepshow Volume 4, Number 2. Very popular legacy series featuring short stories from Tom Krajewski, Ted Raimi. What? Ted Raimi? I know him. And artists Romulo Fajardo Jr., Gabriel Hernandez Walta, and Ryan Carr with a cover by Lorenzo Di Felici. get a new issue of Escape, this World War II era anthropomorphic adventure from Rick Remender and Daniel Acuna. Exquisite Corpses returns with number 6 from James Tynion IV, Tyler Boss, Michael Walsh, and Gavin Fullerton. Gunslinger Spawn number 48, inching closer to issue 50 from Todd McFarlane, Carlo Barberi, and this Bjorn Barons cover. Ooh, Lazarus Fallen returns. We just got a number 4 this last week. They're knocking these out. That's awesome. Greg Rucka, Michael Lark, October 22nd. News from the Fallout number 5. Chris Condon and Jeffrey Allen Love on art. No Man's Land number 2, Simon Kodransky. And Sisterhood, a Hyde Street story number 4 of 5 for the penultimate issue. Skinbreaker number 2 returns on October 22nd from Robert Kirkman and David Finch. Number 1 sold out super quick. I believe they're going to put a second print on FOC next week. Universal Monsters The Invisible Man continues with a number 3 of 4 from James Tynion IV and Danny on art. Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger Spawn number 10, October 22nd. And Hornsby and Halo number 11 from Peter J. Tomasi and Peter Snaberg. Peter Snaberg cover. Very cool Halloween themed cover and story. It's Home Alone in the Big Apple. And for a big landmark issue, it's King Spawn number 50. 4 years ago, Todd McFarlane launched the first large-scale expansion of the Spawn universe with King Spawn number 1. Now we are here to celebrate the success of the expanded Spawn universe with King Spawn number 50, an oversized issue with a story that will cross over into all 3 of the 50s coming out in the coming months. Todd McFarlane, Rory McConville, Carlo Barberi, and Steven Segovia with a Todd McFarlane cover on A. Puppeteer Lee on B. Always a swell artist. And Scotty Young on C. And that does it for Image Comics on FOC this week. Next up, let's look at DC Comics. First out of the gate is Immortal Legend Batman number 1 second printing from Kyle Higgins, Matt Groom, and Dan Mora with this cover by Dan Mora. As well as a third issue available on October 22nd. Detective Comics 1102 continues. It's the new story from Tom Taylor and Mikal Janine, who did this A cover. Green Arrow number 29 recently announced to be approaching its finale as a series. Number 29 drops on October 22nd from Chris Condon, artist Montos, and this beautiful cover by Torrin Clark. Green Lantern 28, Hal Jordan, Savior or Destructor. A new page is discovered in the book of Oa that says only 2 words: Hal Jordan. I think this is the last issue before it crosses over into the DCKO event that's going to be kicking off real soon. A lot more about that coming up soon. And we get a finale for the long delayed Green Lantern Dark number 7. This Elseworld series is by Tate Bromble with interior art and this cover by Werther Daldera. And Harley Quinn number 55 with a beautiful Yannick Paquette cover. Look at how muscly. This is not November 22nd. This is actually October 22nd. Yeah. Then we got the final issue of the New History of the DC Universe. This deluxe 4-issue series kind of reframes the entire history of the DC Universe by Mark Waid. Interior pages by Hayden Sherman and Tony Daniel, with a beautiful cover by Chris Samney. Man, they cover a lot of ground in these issues. The number 3 just came out this last week. Packed. All right, Action Comics 252. It's a facsimile edition featuring the first appearance of Supergirl. Everybody loves Supergirl, as do they love this iconic cover by Kurt Swan. This will also be available in a foil variant on October 22nd. Superman 28 gets a second printing, as does Superman 29. Very important stories from the the Summer of Superman, and now a prelude to DCKO. This is part 1 and part 2 of Legion of Darkseid. And then here it is, a direct tie-in to DCKO. It's Superman number 31. Superman, the Man of Apocalypse. Superman and his allies have been thrown into a dangerous game to capture the heart of Apocalypse at the center of Earth. But what is the heart of Apocalypse, and how are its origins tied to Krypton? And why doesn't Darkseid's Legion want Superman to find out? We'll find out. Legion. Darkseid's Legion. This issue is written by Joshua Williams with interior art by Dan Mora. Bunch of swell covers, including an A cover from Dan Mora. A cardstock variant by David Aja, Sebastian Fiumara, and Ariel Olivetti. Ooh, and a Jorge Fornes cover. All for Superman 31 DCKO tie-in. Also tying into DCKO and kicking off a new creative team in Christopher Cantwell, Mark Waid, and featuring art by Vasco Gorgiev, who has been doing art on this series. Yes. Dan Mora cover. Wally and Impulse race through time as the chaos around the DC universe erupts. Impulse has an idea how to fix it. Impulse Point, a terrible move that could wipe out everything unless the Flash can catch up with him as they race through time. With cardstock variants by Vasco Gorgiev. Mark Spears with these trading card variants that have become very popular. Flash 26 debuts on October 22nd. And kicking off a new storyline in Absolute Wonder Woman number 13, The Truth of the Amazons, from Kelly Thompson and artist Matias Bergera. As Diana learns more of the myth of the Amazons from Barbara in Gateway City, a series of violent supernatural events begins occurring one after another, drawing Diana all over the globe to fight. Noticing a pattern, Diana enlists Etta to help her crack the mystery of why these events are happening in these places and how to stop them. With an A cover from Hayden Sherman, cardstock variants by Derek Chu. David Talaski, pretty. Marguerite Sauvage, Absolute Wonder Woman, debuting October 22nd. And I think we're reaching a big conclusion with the solicits on FOC this week from DC Comics. This is Justice League Unlimited. The Terrific 10 are on a do or die mission. This is the Terrific 10 Part 1. As the tournament begins and the transformation of Earth grows more dire, a strange signal is detected at the heart of darkness, at the core of the planet. A terrific tech device? Michael Holt must put together an elite Justice League squad of the most time-displaced heroes from We Are Yesterday to unravel the mystery, and this mission is a one-way ticket. Get ready for a mission to hell and back in this epic tie-in to the DCKO event, with amazing covers from Dan Mora, who does interior art for this issue, written by Mark Waid, Nathan Shirty on these cardstock variant, Derek Chu, Jeff Spokes, who needs work. Man, this guy, fantastic. Kevin Wada. And that wraps up DC in this week's FOC. Let's move right on over into Marvel Comics. First up in Marvel Comics, we got a couple of new issues of Star Wars series. This is Boba Fett Black, White, and Red, the new anthology series featuring black and red inks. This one-shot issue is written by Saladin Ahmed with interior art by Ramon Rosanas and a cover by Derek Chu. Star Wars Dr. Aphra Chaos Agent returns with number 5. Moving over into the Marvel Universe, get an all-new issue of all-new Spider-Gwen with this fantastic Todd McFarlane tribute cover from David Marquez. Battle World number 2 returns with a cover by Lionel Yu. Black Cat number 3. Oh yeah, Adam Hughes. And a facsimile issue of Civil War number 4. This is not popping with the crowd. If you're interested in this, please get a special order in. Ooh, look, Death of the Silver Surfer. I think he's dead. The all-new Silver Surfer? Huh? The Silver Surfer is dead. Long live the Silver Surfer. This features the debut of the brand new Silver Surfer, inspired by events of the Fantastic Four movie. This issue will debut on October 29th. From Greg Pak, Sumit Kumar, and Dyke Ron cover. Yeah. Emma Frost, the White Queen, David Nakayama cover. Fantastic Four number 3 gets a second printing. Hooray. Imperial number 4. Lockjaw's a good boy. Predator Kills the Marvel Universe number 2 gets a second printing, color retreated. And Runaways number 5. I wonder if this is the final issue. It is! All this and more in the heartbreaking finale. Rainbow Rowell, Elena Casagrande on interiors, and a Stephanie Hans cover. Thor number 3, this fantastic new series from Al Ewing and Pasquale Ferry with an Alex Ross cover. Venom Black, White, and Red gets a Kevin Eastman cover with interiors by Carl Potts and Philip Tan. All right, now in the debut section from Marvel Comics, we get a new Age of Revelation series, Cloak and Dagger, debuting on October 29th, written by Justina Ireland and featuring interior art by Lorenzo Tametta. X years later, and Tandy and Tyrone have tied the knot, but their bond has come with a terrible cost. Now they can no longer exist on the same plane at the same time. Reunited at last, the fan favorite characters from the hit Marvel Rivals face a love story warped by power and fate. It's Cloak and Dagger #1 from Justina Ireland, Lorenzo Tometa, and featuring covers by Mike McCone, Corin Howell, David Nakayama, Ivan Talavera, and a Ricky Yagawa cover, character variant. Cloak and Dagger #1, October 29th. And let me see where we are here. Oh, we got a couple more. Another Age of Revelation series debuts, Expatriate #1 on October 29th. United by War. Like the fallen and reassembled United States, the new team of Ms. Marvel, Bronze, Melee, and Rift rises. They have seized control of the Mississippi River waters that divide mutant kind from the rest of humanity. Feared and powerful, their guerrilla tactics keep them in control until a high-stakes mission to extract a valuable asset threatens to tear them apart. Can they hold together when everything's on the line? From Eval Ewing, the writer of Extraordinary X-Men, and interior art by Francesco Mortarini, who turns in this A cover, a B cover from Lionel Francis Yu, Ricky Yagawa, character variant, Expatriate X-Men #1. Marvel Rivals gets a new one-shot King in Black from Paul Aylor and Nico Leon on interiors, Federico Vincentini on the cover. Marvel Zombies Red Band #1 gets a second print, as does the breakout hit of the fall. It's Marvel DC Deadpool Batman. This one-shot features the crossover you've pined for but never thought possible. Also featuring the introduction of the brand new character, Logo. This new cover by Ryan Stegman, and debuting on October 29th. 64 pages for $6.99. Spinning out of Imperial, it's Nova Centurion #1. This is written by Jed McKay with interior art by Alvaro Lopez, and this cover by Alessandro Capuccio. We're expecting some more covers to be posted to Comichub very soon. This debuts on October 19th. Another series spinning out of Age of Revelation is Undeadpool from Tim Seeley and Carlos Magno. The Merc with the mutated mouth and the virus-ravaged Revelation territories has finally made Wade Wilson into what he always wanted to be, a mutant. But not like this, not like this. Deadpool's healing factor is on overdrive, his mind a passenger in a body that hungers and cannot be sated until he devours the life force of mutants. His next targets are the new blood known as Fearless, Magni, Kid, Man-Thing, and Fantastica. With an A cover from EM Gist, Andrea Sorrentino, Mike McCone, and Ricky Yagawa, character variant. It's Undeadpool #1. Well, that's debuting on October 29th. Yes. And for our final entry in the Marvel U this week on FOC is the X-Vengers. Earth still needs the Avengers, but what happens when those who are left have transformed into mutants? Danny Moonstar leads a new team of Avengers, the Hawkeye, Vision, Water Widow, and Shang-Chi with the Variable Man and Cannonball to protect the planet. But can these X-Vengers protect all of Earth, including the Revelation territories? Huh? X-Vengers debuts on October 29th. There it is. From writer Jason Liu, interior artist Sergio Davia, and this cover by Mike McCone. Variant covers by CF Via, Pablo Villalobos. A very nice cover. Ricky Agawa character variant. And Scott Hepburn Revelation variant. It's X-Vengers #1, Age of Revelation. And that does it for this week's FOC titles. Wow, that's it. That's almost every comic book on Last Call this week. And you've got until Monday at noon. That's right, Monday at noon, September 29th, to order these items and many, many more. Please send and confirmed items in your cart before the deadline. Alrighty, let's take the segment off, and then we'll go to that. All right, let's show you a couple events. Important note about Local Comic Shop Day dropping tomorrow, Saturday, September 27th. Due to our commitments and due to commitments at the memorial for our dear friend Dan Wickett, co-producer and booker for the Brain Candy event, we will be closing early tomorrow at 2:30, but we will open early as well at 10 a.m. That's right, Local Comic Shop Day from 10 a.m. to 2:30. Saturday, September 27th, we will have a limited release of some comics printed up just for Local Comic Shop Day, as well as a discount on all of our bagged and boarded back issues in the center of the front room. Remember, we will be open that day, special hours, 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. It is 100% unavoidable. And coming up on October 10th is our next drink and draw from 7 to 9 p.m. at Downey Brewing Company. We will be partnering up with our pals over at Blick Art Materials, and of course, hosted by our friends at Downey Brewing Company. We will have a variety of prompts to help get you started. Come on by, bring your art supplies, bring your art projects, bring a healthy thirst, because Downey Brewing Company has some fine brews, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic, for your distinguished taste buds. Drink and Draw, October 10th, 7 and 9 p.m. Join us back here on YouTube this Tuesday at 6:30 for BRAINSCAN, our weekly live preview of New Comic Book Day from the floor of Green Brain Comics. Join your host, Katie, and cameraman Dan, fact-checking with Monty on the chat. We'll be showing you great comics, including these small press hits debuting Wednesday, October 1st, Kill All Immortals, Starship Godzilla, and The Last Day of H.P. Lovecraft. And remember to come back here next Friday at 6 p.m. for Final Order Report, your last call for all the books on Final Order next Monday. Yeah. I think that's that. We did it. I'd like to thank you all for joining me here on the Final Order Report. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All the links to our shopping cart, website, and Comic Hub are below in the description. Music for this episode by Brainstem Productions. We are spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching, folks. Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics.